Hello, Patriots. Welcome to part 2 of my predictions for the 2026 Senate elections. Part 1 is not a required watch. I'll go and give you the brief rundown on what my prediction was. For reference, tilt D and tilt R means 0.01% margin to 4.99% margin. Lean D or lean R is 5 to 9.99% margin. Likely D to likely R is 10 to 14.99% margin. And safe D or safe R is 15% or greater margin. And this was what I hypothesized. If you want to see my rationale, you can check out the previous video. I'll have it linked in the pinned comments. However, anyways, let's get on to the 7 states I'll cover. So first up is Idaho. Let me close out or minimize it. And for all of these, we're going to be starting off by looking back at the 2002 presidential election, or 2002 United States Senate election, and seeing on how it's evolved since 2002. So let me pull it up. So here is a sizable Republican victory. Another pretty good Republican victory. Another very good Republican victory. And another good Republican victory. So judging from that, I will say that this will be a safe R margin. Now, so this state is one of the many that's not voted Democrat on the federal level, which is for presidential elections since 1964. Because it's Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma, I think, are all tied for that. I don't really think there's much else to add for this, to be honest. Oh, I just now remembered. What I wanted to do was I wanted to add it to this, so I can properly visualize it. Okay, so and you can also properly visualize it. So Idaho, safe far. Wrong thing. Next up, we'll be going to the state of Illinois. And before we go to the 2002 one, I want to look at the other Senate seat from 2004 because I think it's quite interesting. And you may be able to recognize a certain someone. Yep, that's future President Barack Obama, winning nearly 70% of the votes. A very sizable win in the state of Illinois. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting because I was looking at the Senate elections and I saw this. Anyways, let's go on to the 2002 one. Alrighty, so we see this very sizable Democratic win from good old Dick. 67%, another another landslide win for good old Dick. And here, a closer one for Dick, but still, overall solid margin, about 11%. See more recently, then a pretty good one for Dick again. So judging by that, and the fact that Illinois on like presidential elections last voted Republican in 1988, and it hasn't been too close recently. I'm gonna guess a safety margin for the state of Illinois. I just wanted to bring up this just in case if I forgot. Next up, Iowa. We're starting off in 2002 with pretty darn good Democratic victory from good old Tommy. 2008, and an incredible one from Tommy. Last time a Democrat won the Senate. So we're gonna see a flip. Solid one from the Republicans, and an okay one from the Republicans. 26. Because I have like an outline in my Google Slides. Here's just a quick thing of what it looks like. I've been looking at. Well, fuck. I just fucked up everything. My fault. Okay, everything's fine now. I did have this as a tilt R margin. Now I actually don't know. I really don't. See, the thing is, the most recent ones, okay, they have been lean R toss up. Okay, then I think I'll go with my tilt R prediction. I can see like my tilt ones being incorrect, like them going the other way, which so far my only tilt ones are Iowa and Alaska. I can see them flipping. The other ones I can't really see flipping. Unless if I made like a catastrophic error, which I don't think I have so far. Subject to change. Alrighty, next up is Kansas. Wow, I think this may be our widest win so far. Holy, 82% of the vote. That's crazy. Next up, very good one again. Pretty darn good one again. And another pretty good one. However, we have been seeing the margin steadily decreasing, but it just slightly decreasing here. Wait. Oh no, the margin was actually slightly wider here. My fault. I misread the margins. So 2026. I imagine it'll be closer. I'm thinking probably lean R. That's my prediction. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm going over this a bit too fast. But I know that once it gets closer to like the actual Senate elections, I'll make like other videos and I can go more in depth on them. But yeah, these are just like my rough ideas on what I think they will be. So yeah. So yeah, lean R margin for Kansas, I think is reasonable. Next up, Kentucky. Very Republican state. We have a lifelong senator here. Actually not seeking re-election. I don't know how many terms he served. When did he first start serving? Assumed office in 1985. Means he will want what, the 1984 one? 1984. Yep, just narrowly. Well, this is gonna be the first election since 1978 in this Kentucky Senate seat that won't be won by Mitch McConnell, which will be interesting. But of course, given these margins, I'm not really mentioning them, but okay, some of these have actually been close, but 2002, 2014, 2020 have been pretty wide. I think it'll still be a wide margin. Like, I'm thinking it'll probably be a safe R margin. Because yeah, I think it's really Kentucky has really only been competitive on like the governor level, which I will go over the governor elections at some point. But yeah, on like that Senate seat, yeah, it's just not remotely competitive. Alrighty. Next up, Louisiana. Fairly close Democratic victory. I just now realized. I think I realized this before, but I just now realized that she wasn't going up against 3 Republicans. I don't know why the fuck they ran 3. He says here, but I don't feel like reading all that because I'm a loser. Yeah, they're the only state to not have counties, but to have parishes. Another Democratic one. That's a fine margin. Give it a sec. Um, in here, she actually won the first round, but lost this runoff by good amounts. And I mean, if we're going off of pure margin, that's over 40% margin, but you probably want to combine them for roughly a 19% margin. Just very good. Horse, it probably won't be as wide of a margin as 19%, but I still think it will be at least 15%. So I'm thinking another safe Republican. Alrighty. Finally, we have Maine. Let's just say you better not be getting tired of seeing Susan Collins, otherwise, maybe a bit disappointed. So pretty good one there, great one there. I mean, an incredible one there, honestly. A solid one there, and yep, she's running again to the 6th term. Maine is just a fairly Democratic state. It's actually surprisingly Republican for the Senate seat. Forgot what are the predictions. Tilt R, tilt D, lean D, toss up, toss up, toss up. I think the Democratic candidate will probably be, yeah, will probably be Planter, I think. I'm thinking. See, I could really go either way here. What's heavily influencing what I'm gonna say is I've always found lifelong senators just lame. Like bro, there's no need to be serving 6 terms, bro. Just get out of office, man. Or woman. So I'm gonna say tilt D flip. Also, I'm partly saying it because like on the federal level, like Maine is just very darn Democratic. Last vote Republican, it was either for H.W. Bush or Reagan. I think it was H.W. Bush. I'm pretty confident it was H.W. Bush. Yeah, I'm like I'm re-remembering it, and yeah, I'm very confident it's H.W. Bush. Back in '88. Alrighty, so my predictions so far. I believe the only ones I have as flips are Alaska and Maine. And everything else is not a flip. Do you just want to mention, for part 3, since I'm doing it like every Monday, I'll try to not record it so late. So I can like actually upload it like at like 1-2 p.m. Monday next time. I'll try to, but who knows with me. I don't know if there's really much else for me to say. I guess I've not really gone into as much detail with this video, but don't worry, I'm going to recover all of these Senate seats whenever it gets closer to November 3rd, because I think that's when the elections happen. Let's see. Because I'm pretty sure they all take place the same time. Oh yeah, I'm viewing an incognito window, I forgot. I do it, yeah, November 3rd. I do it in incognito, by the way, because this 270 to 1 loves take up so much space. Like it takes up 1.5 on incognito. If I don't do it in incognito, it takes up like 3 gigabytes of RAM, and I have 16, and I want to have other stuff open, so I have to make sacrifices somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really think I have much else to say. Uh Alrighty, well, that's about for this recording, so yeah. Bye.